Hey everybody, welcome back to Nick and Trav. I'm Trav.
And I'm Nick. And with us today, we have a special guest. And his name is Aaron.
Hey Aaron.
Hi. Howdy, everyone.
Okay. So Steve, we're already starting with Siegfried.
Yeah, it's been a little bit since we played, but oops, already forgetting how to play. And yeah, we're just trying to fuck up this dungeon with Siegfried, and doing very poorly at it.
So, Aaron, off mic, we were talking about your history with this game. You say you've beaten it a couple of times. Do you feel that this holds up nowadays?
So the last time I played this was probably high school, so probably about 10 plus years ago.
Oh, okay.
Not sure how it holds up now, but rewatching it, I feel the gameplay holds up well. Story-wise, it feels like it's got some of that early Super Nintendo translation jank. Like, the story's not broken or anything, but there's definitely some questionable dialogue.
I mean, I get it.
I mean, we're on the Great Wall of China, and like we're in the Incan Empire or whatever. Like, what's the mess up?
That's fair. Those are right next to each other.
Well, yeah.
What could go wrong?
Yeah. I mean, it's called the Great Wall because it goes across the ocean.
Good lord. One thing I don't understand is, so it's when you're in the dungeon and it's tied to you're just killing mobs. Once you kill everything, don't you, like, does the door opens to the next part and then you get an orb, or is it just a thing to do?
It depends on the area, because some of them you do need to kill everything to go ahead, but other ones, I mean, you could just run through the rooms and not get levels. Well, power-ups, whatever you want to call them.
But yeah, you have to clear the room to get the orb, but yeah, you're not normally, or at least always, required to clear the room to, like, you know, to move on. Like I did that last room, and I didn't need to do that to move on, but it did get me more HP, which is always nice.
Yeah, and I think the map tells you if there's still something you can get from that room in terms of drops.
Yeah, so
I think it's that force icon.
Yeah.
Ridiculous, man.
You don't think this is how all RPGs should be?
No.
Yeah, now that icon should go away on your map.
Oops. Yep, there we go.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, like, if we look at this is like the most primitive version of, say, like, The Witcher. You know, you're a character, you're just a regular JRPG character running around, swinging a sword, doing the thing, leveling up, doing the quests, all that stuff, right?
It's good to see the roots of the hit game The Witcher here.
Yeah, right?
Just it inspired the book and the game, and just like, this is where The Witcher began.
I mean, come on, man. It's Siegfried right now, okay?
He does have a sword and long hair. That's Geralt right there.
I mean, yeah, come on, man. How could you not make that comparison? This screams Polish folklore.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, that's who they built the Great Wall to protect against, was the Polish.
Oh my god.
We're getting the history lesson right here, folks.
Okay, no. Let's be real. Y'all ever see that movie, The Great Wall? Or The Wall of whatever, with Matt Damon?
I haven't seen it, but I'm aware of it and, like, the idea of it.
Same.
That movie is so dumb.
Because, yeah, it's literally just like aliens, or not quite aliens, but, like, yeah,
Some
basically
sort
aliens.
of bug.
Yeah,
It's so dumb.
and it's just like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
we're
like-
attacking the Great Wall. Like, this is
It's
what
the
we do.
prequel to Starship Troopers. I get it.
Oh my god.
It all ties into Kingdom Hearts 5. Don't worry about it.
No,
Jesus.
no, We're not doing this right now. Let's get like 3 episodes in there, and then we'll start talking about the weird Kingdom Hearts.
Let's run out of stuff to talk about before we start. Like, okay, fuck it. Let's talk about that.
That's fair.
Okay.
So have you played the other games that are in this quote-unquote trilogy, or just this one?
So as a kid, I played Soul Blazer. That was my intro to it, and didn't even know that it was a quote-unquote trilogy for the longest time. And then I think it was like the very first episode we were talking about, like, I played this game in college, so this was much later in my life cycle of games. And I have not played Terra Enigma yet, but I'm actually very excited to play that, because I never got around to it, and supposedly, obviously it's the end of the trilogy, but also it's supposed to be, the most, like, technical, combat-wise and all that stuff, and,
Yeah, Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, have you played either of them?
So I haven't. I think I played the first hour or two of Soul Blazer. I played most of Terra Enigma. I got up to like either the last dungeon or the dungeon before that, and just kind of lost interest.
Okay, so I guess I wouldn't ask if you recommend it.
Well, the hard thing with that is, I mean, I really enjoyed the rest of it. It was just when I got to the end, I think I was just feeling burnt out on it.
Oh, okay.
And then I just never got around to going back to it.
Is it because the thing about like going from this to Soul Blazer isn't like a crazy jump? Like, obviously things are different, and there's a little bit like, for the most part it's the same type of thing. Like, you go around, like, you clear the area, and then like by killing all the enemies, it like unlocks a thing over here and it does stuff. Cool, moving on. But does Terra Enigma kind of do the same sort of thing?
A little bit, but it's it plays a little bit more standard RPG with experience points and stuff like that, if I remember. But in terms of gameplay, it feels very differently because the combat is much more fleshed out.
Right.
With like multiple attacks right off the bat. You have, like a slide and a dive kick. I think there's a jump in the game.
You don't inhabit like souls or anything like that?
No, you don't have to go to a save point and change your whole body to jump.
Well, then I don't want to play. Not gonna lie, don't know what I'm doing.
That's fine, you'll figure it out.
I found that one room that looks like, should be like a boss battle or something cool, but,
Nothing in there.
Nothing's happening.
Oh, the room with all the plates.
Yeah.
I think there's something you can push in there, but I don't remember.
Well, that wasn't obvious, but maybe I need to not be this guy.
Now, I was gonna say, like, these guys, like, Siegfried so far has been the only thing we've used. He seems pretty broken.
That changes later on. The further into the game you get, the more it's just this is your combat form.
All right.
And your regular one is more for puzzle solving a lot of times.
Pretty much, yeah.
Because he's got the stick.
Yeah, he's got the stick.
I mean, he gets other stuff, because, like, this guy, he doesn't have the stick, but, like, I have the button to, like, pull stuff towards me, but the little guy has, I forget, the Psycho Dash, that's what it was, where I was breaking through walls and stuff.
Oh.
So, like, you unlock stuff.
And since there's a save point, usually inside the dungeon somewhere, you can just switch out willy-nilly.
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Later dungeons will have more save points too, so you'll have multiple opportunities to switch, and it's expected that you're going to switch back and forth.
Depending on what the objective is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's nice. I mean, this came out, like, was this hand in hand with everything on the SNES, or was this more of a late bloomer?
Well,
I think this was Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, well, I was just gonna say it couldn't have been too late because 2 more games came after. This was the first of a trilogy, quote unquote, of the SNES.
I thought Soul Blazer was the first one.
No, it was this, then Soul Blazer, then Terra Enigma.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean we can check at some point, but I wanna say this was pretty early on, or at least a lot earlier than the other one. So. Okay, so I'm gonna find that save.
Maybe you punked something on the wall?
I'm gonna try being me for a second here.
Word.
But yeah, so Aaron, let's figure out a little bit more about you. Are you an RPG fan?
Yes. I've been playing RPGs pretty much since as long as I can remember. I started with like early Final Fantasy, like 4, 6, the classic Mystic Quest. And yeah, I'm willing to play pretty much anything at least once.
Yeah, right, true. True, yeah. You are that kind of guy where it's like, yeah, I'll try it. So, out of your early RPG list, and when I say early, I mean like, let's keep it on the SNES/PS1. Where do you feel Mystic Quest goes?
So in terms,
I just want to say I've been waiting for this question since I think we met.
In terms of charm and atmosphere and soundtrack, like easy, like maybe top 6. I'm trying to think what games I would put on that list is the problem. In terms of gameplay, it's much lower, much lower. I mean, it's baby's first RPG, and it feels like it. But I have a very big soft spot for that game. I like the puzzle elements and dungeons and all that kind of stuff. And it's got a banging soundtrack.
I mean, the boss music especially is... Oh, I finally found the save point. Cool.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I forget that guy on YouTube especially.
Daniel Tidwell.
Yeah, his version of that boss theme. Like, that slaps.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on. There we go.
So you're telling me that the quest with Benjamin, save the world, is like the best game on the SNES, or?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
I would agree with most of the words that were in that sentence.
Like 90% of them.
Yeah. It
Okay,
is a game that was on the SNES.
So let's break this down.
Yeah, this is the room you're supposed to go to, but I don't remember what you need to do here. I feel like one of the plates clicks when you step on it or something.
Oh, then maybe I should have been the bigger boy, but...
I don't know, man. You have your poll. Okay, let's be real.
It's not working.
I mean, I think most of the bosses in this game you can beat in either form. It's just much harder.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, there's something you do in here, but I can't remember what.
All right, let's see here.
I would check the. You have those 2 statues in your inventory. Oh, there you go. I think this is what you needed to do.
I mean, I didn't mean to, but hopefully it works.
You're doing the remix right now.
Yeah.
Damn.
We're doing the concert here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, anytime that you're not supposed to use it, it just goes, he played it, and it didn't do anything. Hey, gotta do something now.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe you have to be Siegfried now.
Yeah, but hey, we're making progress.
Yeah. All right. So, what was it about Mystic Quest? Was it the time that you played it? Was it the combat system? Was it the story? Like, what do you feel was that one thing that was like, yo, Mystic Quest, we're good?
Probably the music. I enjoyed the music. I liked that it was just kind of a lighter story compared to Final Fantasy IV and VI, which I'd been playing about the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And both of those are, full of drama, people dying, the fate of the
Yeah,
world at stake. And Mystic Quest is just like, oh no, a town that doesn't even get a name has been destroyed. I guess you better go do something about that.
Shit.
Yeah, an earthquake happens. Benjamin, do a thing. Okay.
Yeah, go fight Pazuzu in the tower. It's all good.
Shit. He can't play the flute.
So I guess you have to be young Will. I think you
God.
put the statues on it or something. Because I know you do something with those statues.
I mean, what about that turkey leg, though?
I suppose that makes sense.
It's a yak leg.
Oh my god. The yak.
Mhm.
Oh. Alright, well. So, out of the Final Fantasy series of RPGs, especially on the SNES, and I would include Chrono Trigger in that, because let's be real, like Squaresoft, I don't know what the fuck they were on, but they were like, "Yo, dog, we're making the monies. Let's go." And I mean, we can compare. I mean, it's very unfair if we do, but I mean, we can compare kind of, the Secret of Mana to the Legend of Gaia, because let's be real, like, I mean, it's kind of the same is a little rough. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I will agree with that. That saying kind of the same is a little mean, but
it's it's a little untrue, but I see at least where you're coming from on it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously that has a lot more, like, I mean, it has a freaking menu to actually do stuff in, as opposed to just like, I hit the button in Gaia. But
and it's got the 3-player thing and actual magic. But I mean, if we look at it with that kind of lens,
Mhm.
it's an interesting thought process for me to look at this and go, all right, Secret of Mana. That'd be really cool if this kid Will has like a good swing and he does all the cool stuff and he's got some magic here and there. But compared to what Secret of Mana was done, your combat system was very, like, it felt like they wanted to have an ATP gauge without the gauge.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Going
in
back
this he's just spamming all day every day, and then we're good.
Try playing the song again when you're on the glowing tile.
oops. See, this is why we brought you.
Well, we'll see if it
No,
works.
never.
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
You're fired.
Dang.
And I still have my controls backwards to make it actually work, so it keeps fucking with me. Okay, so we did the statues, we played the melodies. Oops.
I will say I've recently replayed Secret of Mana, and outside of the art and music, gameplay has not aged great.
I was gonna say, didn't they just remake them?
Yeah, and the remake was not good.
Oh no!
Well, they were made on Steam, but they also just re-released it on Switch
Yeah.
and a bunch of stuff. And that's what I didn't play it up until like half a year, maybe a year ago now. And I don't know. I mean, I agree. Parts of it didn't age well, but I really enjoyed that game. That like you're talking about the music and the the characters, the story. Like I enjoyed pretty much all of it, and even the actual battle. Like I found quite enjoyable. Like the only part that I found annoying was like the last boss, where it's literally just like whatever. It's like a dragon in the sky, and you have like a tiny. I think you have to use like an item to like make him vulnerable, and then you have like a tiny window to like attack them, and it's just
Yeah,
like
you have to. Oh god.
well, it's just like yeah, and like just kind of beat the shit out of them for like 2 seconds, and then just wait for it to like kind of reset. But yeah, sorry, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, you have to cast a specific spell that does basically nothing, if I remember the rest of the time. And that's the only time that you can hurt him. And even then, it's only when he's close enough to attack. So, yeah, it's a pretty bad class boss fight.
It's not great.
It's not great. And then when I was so I played through the remake, and I've played through the original version I don't know how many times, but the remake added in a lot of a bunch of unnecessary dialogue that just people talk about nothing. And the voice acting was bad, the music remixes were bad. There's just a lot that frustrated me about it. It seemed like a ripe opportunity to make the game what it should have been, and they didn't take it.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's kind of what they've been doing a lot with these remasters or these re-releases. And they kind of go, okay, well, you know, high res, and that's it. Fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
All the old bugs are still there. All the old like problems. There's no quality of life improvements or anything like that. Which I'm not gonna lie, dude. The biggest one that got me around now was Crystal Chronicles.
Mm.
I was super sad the way they handled multiplayer in there.
Yeah, I heard there was something bad that happened with that.
Yep. So check it. You know how every quest, like you're able to get multiplayer and all that good stuff, and everyone does a job and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no one matters but you.
Hmm.
So like at the end, no one else but you gets mail.
Oh.
No one else but you completes the quest. So if we were to play it with a max party, we would have to do each quest 4 times.
Well, that's just replay value right there.
Well, see, the replay value should come from like the fun parts of the game, which is like character creation and backstory and the mail and all that fun stuff throughout the years of doing it. That should be the replay value, not, yeah, well, you know,
Yeah, for sure.
your homie didn't do it, so you gotta do it again.
Yeah, I've never understood games that don't just put you at the same place as everybody else. Oh, there you go. You did a thing.
Not gonna lie, I was about to end the episode and was just waiting for the chance to jump in there. I did not intentionally mean to do that.
We did it though.
But yeah, we'll continue that conversation next time on Nick and Trav.
All right, well, peace out, boys.
Smash the like button,
Yeah,
ring the
yeah.
bell. Thank you, Aaron,
Oh,
and
God.
we'll be getting more of you here in the next few episodes.
Sounds
Word.
good. Looking forward to it.
Bye, everybody.
Noodles.